Hello, it's Maggie, the Cheshire Crafter here. You'll notice I'm not at home. I'm away on holiday for a few days in Southport and I'm staying in my usual hotel. So you won't have seen this picture behind me. This has got wonderful colours in it and they're reminiscent of the colours that I'm using to make some charity quilts for Project Linus. Back at home I've been cutting the fabric out and the pinks and greens, sage greens, are part of those colours. Out and about today, it was very blustery in Southport, so I didn't get far down Lord Street, but I did manage to get to a couple of charity shops. I always look to see if I can find something a little bit different, and I got a few bargains in one shop, and I found some very interesting colour combinations. So let me show you what I've bought and talk you through the colour combinations of things that I don't think I would have automatically put together, but I found something similar in two shops, so there's obviously something there. First of all, I'm going to show you fully the picture behind me. It's lovely, isn't it? The pinks and they're very grey greens, so it's a sagey green. They go together very well. If you're not very good with colour combining, looking at colour prints that other people, the professionals, have done, sometimes is a real big help. Right, let's take a look at what I bought today then. Now, the first is for Cats Protection League. We don't have one of those in Chester, so this was an interesting find. I'm going to turn the camera the other way. I'm not able to take their hangers out of the wardrobe, so I'm going to have to show you these things on the bed. So this is a linen skirt from Alex & Co. It's rather like Peruna, Marks & Spencer's quality. But interesting combinations of browns, mustards, turquoises going into a teal. And when I bought this, the lining here is... it's not a natural fibres. I don't think I'll be able to use that. But interestingly enough, I said, let me combine this. Let me see if this looks similar to another item that I found in a different charity shop. Let me show you that. They don't look good lying down, do they? As a piece of clothing, this tunic I don't think is very flattering, but the fabric really is. Look, the sun's trying to shine on me while I'm here. It contains the mustards, the creams, the turquoise going into a deep teal that I don't think, and the dark brown, and I don't think I would have put the teal and mustard together as a colour combination, but it now is here together within two pieces. So that really interested me. This one is cotton. I'll show you the back. Yeah, there's just the yoke across the back there and one large piece of fabric. Now, this item I got from the Roy Castle Lung Foundation. So they had a bargain rail there. And when I was talking to the lady at the till, when I told her that I was making these quilts for children for a charity, she knocked some money off for me, so I managed to get 5 items of clothing for £8 in that charity shop. Now on this tunic, the sleeves are actually very small, so there's only a small amount of fabric there and then a turned over hem with buttons. But if you come down, there are some interesting pockets and they're cut at an angle with a button on. So when I take it apart, I will leave those on an angle and I'll leave the button in place because I really like that idea. There are 2 of those. This is unlined. With the sun shining on the fabrics, you can see how different they are in a different light. And I really love how that picks out the turquoise and the brighter yellow. Looks almost lemon in places. Now, this shirt is interesting. Although it's 100% cotton, it almost feels synthetic. It's got a bit of a polyester feel to it. I liked the stripe on it though, and I like that soft beige colour. It's by a company called Sidon sticker, which I've never heard of before. Let me show you the back. Yeah, not particularly interesting as a shirt, but as something that will combine with other fabrics. This is a really good filler with a little bit of an interesting stripe in it. So that was coming home with me, wasn't it? Now, this shirt is linen, and it's very interesting. I thought when I took it to the till that it was a pale lemony apricot colour, but it's actually more peach. Well, apricot might be a good idea, and it does seem to change colour depending on what light it's in. I don't know that company name, but as you'll notice, this is an XL. Now, I must say, in Chester, I wouldn't have paid £1.60 for that, but when I turn it over, you'll see how much linen there is there for that price. Yeah, but it's quite huge, isn't it? I'm really pleased with that. That's a really good piece of fabric to combine with other fabrics, and sometimes to tone other fabrics down. Now, this dress was a real find. It's by Peruna and it's 100% cotton, and I was drawn to it by the colours. It's fully lined with a bright red cotton lining that I can use, and as I've opened it out here, you can see that to get the shape they've added goddets in, and strangely there's embroidery on the goddets, and then there's a plique as well. Let me show you, because I think this is a bit overkill, to be honest. So underneath on the goddets there's embroidery, and then there's this applique on the top, and I think that the applique on the top rather cheapens it, if you don't mind me saying that. But I was drawn to the colours. Now look at the colours in the stripe here, and this is what I'm saying. If you're not good at colour combining, take a look at how the professionals do it, because all those colours that I've just shown you, those yellows, the reds, the brown, there's a little bit of blue in there, and green as well, going into this really vibrant deep red. There's a tiny bit of orange in there and a deep burgundy. They've done it brilliantly, really, haven't they? All in one dress. And when I combine that with these, so if I were to combine that dress with these two things that tone the really vibrant colours down, this peach or apricot colour calms it. The stripes are mimicked in the beige brown, but it cools it a lot. Unfortunately, the dress designer has done a lot of the work for me there. I just need to get my stash built up, so I've got all of these colours combined, and I can pull them from my stash and then put them together in one piece of work. I don't know whether I'd actually create a piece of work that goes from that colour into that colour. That's a little bit too much for me, but I'm very interested with those goddets because I'm not quite sure what to do with them yet, but I'll certainly do something. Let me get a closer view of these. The dress again was from the Cat's Protection, and I paid £8 for that. And the skirt I paid £7 for. Let me show you the other two items that I found today that I'm going to try and unpick while I'm here in Southport, if I remember to bring my unpicker with me. My seam ripper, I'm not sure that I did. I've just noticed that on the back, the goddets aren't embroidered or appliqued in any way. And you just see the fabulousness of that fabric. I love it, don't you? I wish it was a size that would fit me, but it isn't. On the inside of the red dress, I've just realised that the lining is graded, so there's a gradient going through. Interesting to get to this really deep red. Might be able to make good use of that too. And lastly, you can't go wrong with a blue shirt. This one is denim, and it's a pale blue from Cedarwood State. That's a really nice quality denim, quite thin, quite pliable. And this one is a pale blue. I think it's paler blue than it's showing up. It's more of a duck egg blue, really, by Penguin by Munsingwear, with a penguin logo. Now, some of these labels I've not heard of before, so it's why it's worth coming into an area that I don't normally shop in. There's a lot of fabric in all of those. Let me just show you what I purchased and what I've got to break down so I can fit in my suitcase for going home again on Friday. Right, that's it for now. I just thought I'd share with you my birthday cards. So, some unpicking to do, some interesting colour combinations here on this shelf too. Make use of using the artistry of the fabric designers and the clothing makers if you're struggling with colour combinations, and sometimes they take risks, and that risk sometimes really helps. Right, so from a now sunny Southport, and the wind has dropped, this is Maggie. Come back and see me soon for more crafting. I've got more quilting to show you too. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and come back again. Bye.